Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
All right, welcome to the 19th episode of our interview segment of the Harsh Reality Podcast. And in this segment, we look to bring on professionals, influencers, scholars, and any knowledgeable, interesting individuals to tell their story. I also had a unique take on the news of the day. And personally, I think it's more beneficial and insightful to hear a listener's perspective rather than traditional question and answer format. So we're going to keep it real loose here, barbershop feel. And before we begin, shout out to our KWAZ radio family, KWAZ, prescribing the best in conscientious oriented content. Make sure y'all subscribe to Bitter Medicine Podcast, hosted by Goku, the pro-black perspective, hosted by Oni, the Learning Curve, hosted by Revolutionary Matron, Forecast Radio. We got Brother Bakari, we got the African Mind, hosted by Tanzan, we got Cassandra. So we got a whole list of people to choose from and a whole lot of different opinions. Make sure y'all check us out. Subscribe on the KWAZ Radio YouTube page. Lastly, the podcast is now on Patreon. Make sure y'all donate. Of course, all proceeds go to upgrading the show, providing the best content we can for our loyal listeners. And also for those looking to reach out to the show, feel free to drop an email at theharshrealitypod@gmail.com. Now, without further ado, let me bring on my guest here. The homie. My guest today is an influencer, a podcaster, he's a social commentator. And in my opinion, he's the next up in terms of this generation of young leaders out here, unafraid to speak his mind, even though I don't agree with him sometimes, but he's and I'm honored to build with this young brother here, get his perspective on the current state of things. So we're going to roll out the red, black, and green carpet for the brother, the one and only Ahmad Lathan. Lathan, what's good with you, brother?
What's good? I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, great to get you on, bro. I'm honored you would come on, particularly on this Thursday. Brother tired. I've been grinding, but we gonna make it happen. So for those out there who may not be familiar with you, I think you infamous at this point, man. But may not be familiar with you. If you want to throw some background info, maybe about your upbringing, interests, what made you, how did you become an influencer, bro? You got 11,000 followers or some shit. I don't. But and your podcast too, what made you get into the game? So I'm gonna throw you the first segment, first minute to you, man. If you want to throw out any relevant information, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so my Lathan from Belleville, Illinois, born and raised. So the St. Louis area, everybody say, you say I'm from Illinois. Like, oh, you from Chicago? No, I'm from the southern part of Illinois, close by St. Louis. Grew up there my whole entire life. Didn't travel much. Didn't move much. Most of my people's from East St. Louis. A lot of people familiar.
The infamous.
A lot of people familiar with the area. So yeah, a lot of my family, grew up there and outreach to different areas and stuff. And me, I don't know how I became who I am today as far as on the media. It kind of just happened. It really just happened out of nowhere. I just one day, I think it was during COVID and going into COVID and coming out of COVID, things just started happening. And I had no idea what I was doing as far as, a lot of people, they want to become an influencer. A lot of people, they try to dive into that sphere. And with me, it wasn't really, oh, I'm trying to be 10K followers, 11K followers on Twitter. I'm not trying to do this and that. It kind of just came to me and I just let it just roll off. And now I'm here. And with podcasting, I started it up. I was like, might as well. It was during COVID. A lot of people at home. So I ended up just creating it, found the Anchor app, easy way to do it, cheap way, not really expensive. Just kind of record the video, start editing. And then that kind of started popping for me. And I fell off for a little bit, but now I'm back to it. So yeah, that's really my spiel.
I got you. You know what, I've noticed a lot of people too, like right before the COVID, either they came up during COVID or they came up during like the Trump years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like either or, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to see where a lot of the people went. Particularly the Trump grifters, man. They went all over the place, bro. But but as far as like getting into the podcasting game, like people may not know, may not heard you. Like, what do you mainly focus on? What you want to talk about, and what you bring, what you think you bringing new out here to the game? You know what I'm saying?
As far as podcasting, the way I began it, I was like, I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things, but as far as what I wanted to talk about, it was like almost everything. So I was like, I didn't want to go the sports route directly, but I knew how to talk about sports. Everybody kind of got a sports podcast now. I mean, yeah, in increments. Type of news as far as Draymond and Westbrook and Ime Udoka, like that stuff is just like real broad now. But I was just talking about relationships, the COVID situation, people handling the lockdown, and just a lot of breaking news and things that I thought were relevant and how I could bring my perspective that I'm having, flushed out on Twitter and bringing it into a podcast so I could articulate what I had to say about those certain events.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of how, I started this maybe 3 years ago, man. Wasn't even doing the YouTube then, just straight, strictly streaming platforms and stuff like that. And that's kind of how we started off. It's like, man, what do you want to talk about, right? And it was like a little bit of everything. We got a sports hour, we got a music segment, and it just got too convoluted. So we like, all right, we gonna focus. Me and my homie L, we like, all right, we gonna focus on maybe this, you know what I mean? Maybe this news area, maybe this pop culture type of deal, you know what I'm saying? And talking about maybe things that people ain't hitting on. We can see things from maybe like a black male perspective, you know what I'm saying? Particularly growing up, in the areas that we grew up in, it may be a little different from how we seen things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. One thing I noticed is our perspective is totally different. I noticed, like you said, when you basically was in the same area, right? Yo, I grew up, born and raised in Chicago, right? I joined the military at one point. I leave. I go to this, these bases. I go to these different areas, and I'm meeting people from all walks of life. And it blew my mind because it's like my perspective so small. I'm thinking I'm in a big city. I know everything, bro. But I get out there, and it's like, what? You ain't never gangbang, bro? You ain't never saw dope? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was weird to me. But then they looking at me like a unicorn. Like, what you talking about, bro? Yeah. So you got to kind of get out of that space, and I say social media is kind of good for that too, because it allows you to interact with a lot of people. The podcasting game, I get to interview all these people and stuff like that. So that's why I want to do the interview segment too, because I feel like I could build with brothers like you. You know what I'm saying? Like we from Illinois, both of us, but it's like I've been downstate, bro. I got cousins in Springfield. This is totally different than Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We the same, but we different. You feel me? Man. So I'm thankful you come on, man, because I like to give people, and I want to also get younger people on here too, man, different cats, because I feel as though we gonna touch on that a little later on, but I feel as though we don't build enough with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's always criticism. The shit is no building, no passing on knowledge. Let me hear what y'all perspective is. So that's why I definitely want to get you on here, bro. But let's hit into this first topic. I kind of wanted to hit on was just the kind of the stigma. We touched on the stigma, right? And I think you posted about this too. This societal pressure, particularly black men, to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hit on that and what you think especially seeing it from your perspective with the 20-something crowd, is there actually a growing population of dudes like yourself, like buck the system? You feel me? So what you seeing out there, bro?
So from my perspective, it's kind of like I see it on the media, but I don't really see it in person. Like just being genuine and honest, like I don't really connect with a lot of people nowadays that my mindset has changed and the way I go about things is completely different from me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, from people that know me from middle school to high school, straight high school. Like I'm a completely different dude. I wouldn't say completely different, but I'm evolving. I'm becoming a better version of myself each and every day. And the way I've been coming into myself, it's hard for me to even connect with some of my old friends.
Word.
Even them, we stay connected, but certain stuff is kind of like I'm not rocking with that no more. And it don't bring any issues as far as that, but with the guys that I say that are really waking up, I see it on my feed. Like people that are interacting with me. Um, I rarely pass through somebody in person that really, I could say, okay, we got a similar mindset as far as wanting to fight through the system and not really assimilate within it. A lot of people they want to assimilate and they think assimilating is that's the easiest way to go, which it is. But is it the right way to go? I wouldn't say that, me personally. So it's kind of like, yeah, they're out there, but it's very few if you would like to connect with those,
Yeah, like-minded.
in reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. And what I noticed too is even when you do meet people, you gotta that share that mind state that's a little bit different, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of gotta feel your way through it. People are afraid to just come out there and say, "Oh yeah, I think what's the name said was right." You know what I'm saying? Oh, I think you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like fucking Cop Mala and Biden. You know what I mean? Like you can't just come out and say, you kind of got to feel your way out and see what they say about stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't heard them say nothing about no boosters, so I might can, you know what I mean? Let me throw this out here. And that's kind of the society we live in, man, with this whole cancel culture, man. You got people trying to get people fired for their views. You know what I'm saying? Fired from your job. Like you taking food out my house. You don't know if I got kids. You don't know if I got, you know what I mean, bills due. You don't know if I'm behind on rent. I maybe had a mental episode. But you trying to get me fired because you know what I'm saying? I seen these little boys acting like girls in school nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy perspective. Dealing with the college age people, I do see a lot of people like saying like, yo, like why are we voting Democrat for 50 years we ain't got shit? You know what I mean? I see some question. I see a lot of people fall in line. I see a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? What Megan Thee Stallion doing this week or something? But I do see a lot of people, man, particularly your age bracket, that's like, yo, why the hell is we doing this? You know what I mean? Questioning stuff. Even if I don't agree with what you say, if you questioning it, that's the first step, right? Critical thinking. So to me, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But kind of hitting on that same thing, which a topic you and broke out. We talk about like Kanye and Killer Mike and these different people. I think Killer Mike came out here and endorsed Kemp or something like that, or said he would. I'm not sure over Abrams, who's terrible. I don't know why the hell anybody think about fucking Abrams, but but yeah. So like, what are your perspective? And he's supposed to be OGs, right? These dudes older than me. You know what I mean? So these supposed to be the cats supposed to be leading us. But you see like the system, as soon as they say something that's not in line, you know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts kind of on that? You know what I'm saying? Do we have to stay in line? Or if you say, is this just kind of more so social media and really black people rocking with them low key? What you think, bro?
Sure. Before I dive into that, I wanted to hit on what you said about people getting fired and stuff and how they try to go at somebody and bully somebody into, bowing down to whatever narrative they want you to rock with. I mean, that happened with me.
Oh, word. Okay.
That happened with, a lot of people don't know. I told very few people this story. I mean, only probably my mom and maybe one or two other people. No, I ain't. I was scared to tell my dad. I ain't gonna lie. It was. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not. Unless I have to tell him one day, I will. But
You better
that's
not hold
not
nobody get a tape to him. Nobody roll the tape to
man,
Big Lathan.
man.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
yeah, before I had this Twitter account, I had another one, and that one I was way more raw, way more this and that. But people always knew. Some people knew when I was kind of pushing the limits, and I was just saying stuff. But I knew what I was doing. I was trying to create a conversation. So some people knew, some people didn't know, unless they talked to me personally, which were very few people that actually was like, "Hey, is this what you really think, or is this something this and that?" And people, they kind of understood my perspective, and then they was like, "Okay, we understand," but very few people did that. And the way that count went up, people was a lot of people are like, "Man, you need to go back to the old account." I'm like, "Nah, I gotta have better representation." And I seen I seen that my growth happened even more once I started, articulating myself the correct way. And a lot of people started to understand the route I was coming from. And to make it short, I was saying some crazy stuff, and they found my school and they
Wow.
reported me to the school. They reported me to the school. I guess they wanted me gone or something like that. So I had to kind of remove a lot of my school stuff off my Instagram and remove my Instagram from my Twitter. I didn't even want those connected really. I don't even put my school on my bio anymore like I used to, because that's how deep this stuff is. I'm like, I'm not trying to get kicked out of school just because of my own opinion. And I'll be honest, I go to a very liberal school, and that's another reason why I don't really connect with a lot of folks there. That's just me. And I was say voice my opinion. A lot of people, they were like, "Man, I was rocking with you to you." I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'm not tripping. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. And yeah, they reported me. They wanted me to go through some type of training and some acceptance training and all this other stuff. I never did all of that. They just sent me a email of a long list of stuff, and yeah. But eventually I got through that, and I became even better, on this campus as far as the inward work. Outwardly, people still might view me a certain way, but that's cool. But like the inward work, like my progress is like levels compared to the people who've been, judging me a certain type of way.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then it's not you talking like what, college and shit. So it's like
Yeah,
I'm paying for this, you know what I'm saying? And in the fact, it used to be like you go to school to get a different perspective, to learn, to build with different people from different backgrounds.
yeah,
So now to try to kick somebody out of school because they don't agree with the same thing you don't agree with, or you hurt,
yeah,
what happened to sticks and stones? You feel me? Like you
man,
recording you, I'm
man,
pretty sure it wasn't a straight threat or nothing. So it's like, bro, y'all, it hurt y'all feelings that much that you trying to get somebody kicked out of a
yeah,
school. If anything, you
yeah,
would think, okay, maybe this is our chance to educate you. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we can learn something. Maybe we can tell me why you think this. Okay. All right, let's just dissect this. Let's look to this book. Let's look into this. Let's do this reference. They don't do none of that. They just like, you gotta go. That's
yeah,
crazy to me, bro. And
yeah,
it's just an indictment of the culture we in, the society that we in, is that people pussy, bro. Like it never used to be like that. Like I
nah,
would never like you hear something be like, oh yeah, you crazy with that. I'm not rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? And the way you counter bad ideas to me is with good ideas. You feel me? So man,
yeah.
that's
And
crazy. You have to go through that, man.
And the way I went about this new Twitter account, I was like, man, I don't want nobody from my school following me at all. I was like, I would post something on my main Instagram, be like, yeah, but hey, don't follow me. I got like a 5-person limit. Because folks still they was looking for me, man. I didn't tell nobody my stuff, man. Folks was looking for me.
They
Folks,
probably
they
still
were
on the hunt.
Man, they was looking for me. I mean, I was cool with them, but I'm like, even then, if I get on one person's Twitter account, you like my stuff, they're gonna see my account. They be like, oh, yeah. So
You gotta move like a ninja out here, Jack.
Man,
Yeah, shout out to the chat, man. We got Oni in the building. We got Brother Bakari. We got Bobby Wright. Thank y'all for coming through. All right, so going back into what because we don't want your pops hearing about that story. We're gonna erase that off the. But let's go back to what you're saying, like that Kanye Killer Mike. Anybody that speaks outside, even if I don't agree with some, because even Kanye said some stuff, I'd be like, I don't know about that, homeboy. For every jewel he drops some bullshit. And a lot of these celebrities are like that. You got to kind of eat the meat, spit out the bone type of deal. But pause. But yeah, so what do you feel about what's going on, and why do black people seem to turn against their own as soon as they say something? Or what's your perspective on that, bro?
I think it happened. It's been happening forever. I mean, Malcolm went through it a lot more compared to MLK. MLK, he had more of a broader audience as far as having different races aligning with him and all of that. And it's been happening for ages. And nowadays I see it as a lot of people, they don't want to see us progress in a way that's different from what they think is the new normal. And the new normal is whatever somebody who's not black says this is the new normal. And you see, this is not, anybody that looks like us creating new knowledge. They're grabbing that knowledge from somebody else and then taking it and running with it. That's why me personally, I never understand people who come from different areas and they come here and they fully assimilate within the Western culture and they leave everything. Like they leave their views, they leave family values, and with that and us, it's like if you don't fall in line, they're like you're not of any use. We want you to follow us or you gotta go.
That's the easy way.
That's why we're really the minorities in it. People are like, oh, black people, the minorities, and Latinos and black and brown and this and that. But like people who think differently are the true minorities in this country. That's just my opinion.
Word. I said it a long time ago. I say if the battle ain't what you really think it is, yo. It's simply people who can think and people who are sheep. They gonna go along to get along, like the boy Kwame Brown say. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna think at all. I think the revolution is just teaching people how to think, teaching people how to think. Like it's that simple at this point, because between the phones, between social media, between these people worshiping celebrities and whatnot, nobody really knows what to think. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to research nothing. They don't know how to even dive within themselves. I heard you speak about it, looking inward to build outward type deal. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself and then you can build. And these people don't find themselves at all. They're clones. You know what I'm saying? You've seen in the hip hop game. Don't you remember it used to be like a stigma, the biter? They used to call you a biter if you sound like somebody else. Now everybody sound like everybody, right? Everybody say the same thing, say the same words. I hear 30 so many times. I got the 30, pick up the 30, the rollie. It's the same shit over and over again in every facet of society, man. So I agree with you there. That's why it's such a moment when somebody say something that's not in a narrative, especially a black person. It's like, what? You better get in line. And then your own people attack you harder than other people. You know what I'm saying? They're sending their dogs at you. You feel me? Coming at you. Blocking you. You know what I mean? Like what they call that, cancel culture, or what's that other word? What they do to the baby? What they say they did to him, blacklisting and all this other shit.
Yeah, blackball, blacklisted, all of that.
Yeah, so it's crazy. You gotta be careful out here who you rock with, who you build with, who you talk to, man. Or you gotta make yourself bulletproof. Get $2 billion like Ye, and then maybe you could say whatever the hell you want to say and still not get. Yeah. Now you from Illinois.
Touch you there.
Yeah, definitely. So being from Illinois, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from and shit, it's totally different, right? So you got the politics of maybe Chicago, right? Chicago's different than the rest of the state. Actually, the rest of the state kind of hate Chicago. You know what I mean? They're like they fucking up our
Yeah.
money. But
Yeah.
so I want to dive into like what you think is like we seen. I think Jeezy just came out for Abrams. I think like you said, 21 Savage or whatever. So they parading out a lot of these political people because they think that's the only way they can get black people is to shovel out your favorite celebrity or whatever. So what do you think is the reason for like this democratic hold on the black community? Is it the celebrity worship culture? Or why the hell they got such a why we not weighing our options like other people do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the idolization of the celebrities, and they think, I think with us, a lot of us think the only way for us to make it is dribble basketball, run a football, become an entertainer, do this and that to make it. And they live through these people, and that's why the Democratic Party, they say, okay, let's latch on to them because this is who influencing them. You know, the 21 Savages, the Jeezys, the LeBrons, whoever they grab, this is who the influencers are. A lot of people say, okay, you know, we're influencers by being in the media, but the true top dog influencers, the people on TV, because that's who has the billions of eyes on them and who have the profit to have those eyes continuing to stay on them in that big audience. And the thing about the Democrats is they're smart. A lot of people think they're stupid, but they're really smart in how they market to us. I mean, who wouldn't snag? I mean, a big artist like 21 Savage, you connect
Yeah.
with people in early 20s, my age bracket, and say, okay, I want you to help me with this campaign, get some more voters, and get me in the office. So, and the only way for us to break the spell is I don't, man, I don't even know if there's a way, a certain type of way,
I don't think so
because
either, man.
you got the brainwashed crowd, you know, in within us, and they're the majority, and that's why politicians, that's who they cater to. A lot of people like, oh, black men. I saw this one post, black men. Why would they want to market to you guys as far as politics if you don't want to vote? I mean, they never marketed to us in the first place. So why do they deserve our vote anyways? So a lot of the politics is towards black women because they know they're the easier crowd to connect with, and they outnumber us because so many of us are in the prison industrial complex, and even in all races, women outnumber men. So that kind of disconnect right there is, that's why I say I don't know if there's a way to break that. Unless the system would literally have to fall for anything to even amount to happen.
Yeah, I was talking. I went on Brother Bakari's joint the other day while I was in the comment section, man, and he kind of hit on some of the same topics. And one thing I threw out there is like, bro, this Fed system, this giant Fed system, it doesn't cater to us. It doesn't cater to the minority. Like, if you 1 out of 330 million people, you ain't making shit move. Don't nobody care about. Even if you got 50 people, right? You can go right now and get 100 people, 100 signatures, right? You take that to any of these Fed people, they gonna laugh at you. That's a joke to them. You know what I mean? But if I get 100 cats and I go to town hall with them, we moving something. You gonna listen, right? If I get 100
Yeah.
people, you go to your local city, your local city council, even your state house. We got 100 soldiers out front of your state house, and I don't mean soldiers. I just mean 100 people that's ready to go, just ready to about it and about their business and about their goals. Then you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? But if, like I said, if you got 100 people out of 330 million, piss off. You know what I mean? We still got 90% of y'all. So I say the only way you can do something is you gotta like give some power back to the states, empower these towns, empower the communities. You know, why is the money going straight to the state house? Why is it not going to the local communities where we know what we need? You know what I'm saying? We know what we need in our community, in our different areas, and we can handle it that way. And another thing you touched on, you said a lot, in that, because there's a culture war going on, right?
Yeah.
And these Democrats and these other people, they know how to work the culture war, bro. They know how to get these rappers, you know what I mean? Maybe they expunging some records, low key. Stacey Abrams probably like, yeah, them felonies you got, I can make them go, So,
Yeah, I can make it disappear.
but they know more about the culture war. I say, if you look at Hollywood, man, how is so many weirdos in Hollywood, bro? How's Hollywood 99% weirdo? You know what I'm saying? How's the music industry 99% weirdos? You feel me? They know more about the culture war. So I tell you that too. You sleep on these people. They done took over your school board. They done took over your school boards in little communities. Got little rednecks in there mad as hell. God damn, my teachers, they teaching my kid about non-binary. They mad as hell. Like, how they even get control of your school board, bro? Y'all was sleeping. You sleep at the wheel. So now you got to suffer the consequences. That's why I say you got to be proactive, bro. I don't know if you're doing anything locally or anything like that involved in organization or something, but, I encourage people to, get with some people. You may not seem like it, but it's a lot of people probably think like you in the area. You got to find them, bro.
Yeah, I really got to find them.
You got to find them, bro. All right. So let's get on something a little less tranquilo. We gonna go down a little bit. So let's talk about the state of the culture. All right, we're gonna talk about the game. We hit on the women folk a little earlier, right? Now, you out there, right? I don't know if you got a girl, and we ain't gonna dive into your personals, right? But looking at the game right now, looking at the different that we just had this gender war. I don't know if it was confined to the internet or if it actually hit into the system, but is it actually taking place in real life? Because we know it's a difference between the internet and real life sometimes. But I hear you speak about the Black family unit. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it can be a resurgence? Can we put shit back together? We stuck with these Megan Thee Stallions who don't want to cook and can't burn water. What's good with you?
I say it's a chance, but a lot of them are like in too deep. And if you're not willing to listen, whether you're a man or woman, you're not gonna be able to learn anything. And a lot of them, they just closed off completely. Word. I mean, a recent post that I see it every day. I mean, a lady tried to turn a pedophilia incident into a gender war. Like, wrong is wrong, no matter who you are, what you got between your legs. Word. Wrong is wrong. And when you got people that's willing to take it that far, it's kind of like, what can you really do? I mean, in theory, I mean, that's always been my goal, is to make sure the family stays intact, because that's where our kids at. Word. They always try to divide the man and the woman, and then that's the destruction of a community. Because without the man and the woman, you can't build. There's no Black children without us, connected with one another. Mm-hmm. And there's no family structure. And that's what they knew, what they were doing when they went at us in the 60s. That was the beginning, and it's just gotten worse over time. I mean, like I said, in the dating sphere, if you don't really connect with nobody like that, it'll be hard. A lot of people, they just want to have fun and do this and that. Say, okay, I'll wait till I'm 30 something or whatever. Yeah, I'll end up finding somebody instead of trying to build right here and now while we're here. Because I mean, who knows the way this economy going? Who knows how long? Who knows how long this train is gonna last?
Hey, yo, let's go get married just for the fine. Hey, to split these.
Man.
And that's crazy, because you'll still see people out here like, oh, well, I'm gonna take care of the mortgage. Why is my woman ain't gonna never pay no bill? I'm like, bro, what you doing in your life? Because you can at least take care of the cable, bro. What, you gonna stack your bread while I'm paying her? But that's a whole different topic. But another thing too, I think you said, and then earlier we said, it's like, it's just the way the nature of the beast is, bro. It's gonna always be like more women than men. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like the dateability, right? There's always gonna be more women that's just out here. We die more. we stupid shit get killed more. We it's just, it is what it is, right? So it's crazy to me why it's such like a stigma too about like being polygamy and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, you if it's 9 million black women and it's 7 million black men, it's like, what y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna divest? What you gonna do? So
and that's a whole different topic right there.
yeah, that's a whole different. We ain't gonna get into that, man. I know women are gonna be tuning out, but but is that the only hope though? Too, is that part of the way you turn this whole ship around? Is people taking relationships more serious? Is that the first step? To me, that's the first step. What you think, man? Is that the first step to turn this shit around, or what?
Yeah, I'll say that's definitely a stepping stone into the right direction. And because when you look at it, a lot of people, they don't have that male influence, or they got a female influence there, but they're not a positive influence. And it's a creation of a continuous cycle. And when that cycle is continuing over and over and over, at some point you're just beating a dead horse and nothing is progressing. And we see it in reality. We see it in these bad little kids that's cursing out teachers, beating on teachers, and doing this and that. And I hear all the time, people in my age bracket, they like, the old heads like, man, y'all need to start teaching. A lot of the women, like, y'all need to start getting into teaching. Nobody wants to teach anybody that doesn't respect you. You can't even be safe in the area and expect, little kids, they not always gonna listen, whether they're 15 or 8 years old. But like, you got people cursing you out while you're just trying to do your job. Nobody wants to be there, and that's why you see a lot of black males that nobody wants to teach at all. I mean, first, the money not even there, but that's a different conversation. But nobody really wants to teach people who doesn't respect them, and that's why I say, if anything, that's where the foundation is. A lot of people like, man, we need the reparations, we need the cash right now. But if our family structure is broken, our community is broken, what are we going to do with those reparation dollars if you got a broken community? A lot of people out, even in 2020, I'd even like the word black community, because I'm like, a community is something positive of a whole nation coming together and having similar values, similar, we got a similar culture, but now a lot of people breaking out of the culture and going into similar weirdo stuff. And without all of that combined together and a solid family structure, solid, people got different faiths and all of that. If there's no at least one middle ground area, do we really have a community?
Yeah, what does community even mean? I've
Yeah.
thought that out a lot of times. And then even within the community, you have people that have that differing views. Do you supposed to build with somebody who's ideologically opposite of you? Like, how could you do that just because we both black? You might be on some totally other stuff. You feel me? A lot of our greatest leaders been took down just because they like anybody brown is good to go. Now you dead. You feel me? So I feel you that what does community really mean to you? I think community is more so building with like mind, not just the color. You know what I mean? That's part of it, but it's like you gotta have some kind of connection. We gotta know, we gotta be on the same goal, we gotta be on the same team. And if you actively work into my destruction, to our destruction, I don't care which color you is, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I kind of start to look at things later on, because you'll start to even with your own family, you'll start to build people. Man, if I tell you how many people blocked me because I was like, yo, Cop Mala and old Joe ain't no good, bro. Like, you got family cussing them, aunties all on Facebook. They don't even go on Facebook no more. It's like, yeah, what the hell's wrong with you? It's like, bro, y'all don't see what the grift is. Y'all don't see the play right here. But it is what it is. That's why I say, like, sometimes all skin folk ain't kinfolk, bro. We gotta build with our like-minded, and we gotta like vet people, man. We gotta vet people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even I never forget, like I think one of my first interactions with you on Twitter was disagreeing with you about some shit. It's like, but it was respectful though. It's like, okay, I see what you saying. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, that makes sense. That don't really make sense. I don't agree with you, but you all right. You know what I'm saying? So we and it's like we lost that as even as men and even as people in society, we lost where we can like debate, we can talk, we can disagree. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you still cool, you still one of the brothers, bro. Peace out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's like a female shit, like, oh, you throwing shade. Like, I even hear you say that word. I'm be like, you bussy boy type shit. But we're kind of hitting on that too. You know what I'm saying? We kind of built to the black family, and how we can build that up, you know, and then we see the attack that we got through going through the media. I say one of the true things that that Ye did really say is about the obesity shit, right? You got now it's like, yo, we got the Lizzos. This is the model, right? Yo, and I'm like, really, bro? I seen people like, oh, she got breath, she played the flute and twerk and do a whole concert. And I'm like, bro, like, let's just even discount that. Let's just say you that body, you that body type, you got the Lizzo body type. Bitch, you ain't twerking and playing the flute and twerking at the same. You can't, you breathing hard going up a flight of stairs. You know, so it's like, what's really your reality? But that's part of the media brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? Like in your demographic, I want to say I see more like the fit movement, maybe more of the BBL movement. I don't know, but as somebody who's into the fit life and shit, are you seeing a upward trend, or what you is neutral? What you think it is, bro?
I would say a mix. It's a mix, upward trend of people my age, early 20s, kind of getting into the fit lane. And my thing is that a lot of people my age should not be out of shape. Like, if you 20, 21, 22, 23, I feel like you should at least be in a decent amount of shape to carry yourself the right way. You should not be. I just seen, man, even saying this, it makes me sad because it's like I just seen people not walk up the stairs and just use the elevator. Like, that's how lazy.
Go floor.
Yeah, that's how lazy the generation has become. And yeah, we laugh and joke about it, but like, these are long-term implications that we are gonna see in society. And like the movie Wall-E, when people were just sitting around in the little globe little thing, just sipping on their sodas and eating fries and burgers and stuff. We might see that because a lot of people they don't get active. And they view us a certain type of way because we say, all right, just hit the gym 3 times a week, 1 hour. You got 24 hours in the day. A lot of y'all don't even get 8 hours of sleep anyways.
Word.
So 1 hour, 3 days, you should be able to do something active. And it's not really, it sounds like a shot sometimes, but it's for the betterment of you. We care so much about you. We want you to be healthy, and you looking at us like we're the bad guys, and you tired walking up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, man. Even if you point to the stats, man, like, you know, like even if you just go raw, we say we're gonna go straight to the numbers, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, bro. Number one in diabetes, number one in heart. Black women are number one in heart disease deaths among all different demographics. You know what I'm saying? Number one in hypertension, high blood pressure. These are things that are facts, man. You can go to that precious CDC website that people love so much and probably don't get this banned just by saying that word, but it is what it is, right? All these stats are right here, and you can see it, bro. Like, you can just see it in your everyday walk of life, you know. And even if you don't want to go to the gym, just do something, yo. Be active. Like, I know it's quite a few people I know they got gym anxiety, you know, or they just feel some type of way that people looking at them, whatever. But there's so many things you can do at this point, where you can go on YouTube. It's workouts right there. Do it right in your living room. You feel me? You can go walking. You can go hiking. Little stuff like that. And half the battle is just not eating bullshit. You know, that's half the battle right there. They say like 90% of fitness is what you eat, what you put in your body. And we don't get that, man. And I truly don't understand. No, like I understand, but a lot of these people think that what they're pushing is good, you know. And then the biggest telling thing to me too, bro, that really separate people, it was like a fact. If you was one of the people that was super deathly afraid of COVID, and then in 2022 you still fat, you ain't really that scared of COVID. You feel me? It was like 80% of the people in ICUs was obese with COVID, bro. But you still big as hell, bro. 2 years later.
Yeah.
2 years, you can't knock it down, you know. So it's like, you know, are you really that afraid? But you got your mask on nice and tight, but you still 375 pounds. You know, get it together. But you know, but you say that you an asshole. You were what's the new word? Fat phobic.
Yeah, fat phobic. Man, when I first heard that, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to stay off Twitter for like some month. When I first heard that. Like, who would want to be happy being that way? I mean, sometimes certain health issues, like, yeah, but like that's the minority. A lot of y'all childless, y'all barely got a full-time job, probably don't even have a full-time job, and y'all overweight.
Yeah, bro, that makes zero sense. You know, I'm running around here, you know, all these out of wet like babies. I still get my ass to the gym. You know what I mean? So, like, you make time for what you really want, man. And I think even if you do have kids or whatever, I think you even more obligated, because now you not only you got to chase these kids around, you the first line of defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something happens to you, something happens to your kids, they ain't big enough to defend on their own. You're the first line of defense, man. You can't, you know, run, you can't jump, you can't throw them over a fence so they can get out. You know what I mean? You can't do anything to help these babies if something happens. You know, one of the telling things to me, somebody put me on game because, you know, I'm Chicago dude, man. I can't fucking swim, bro. Like, it's like ain't no pools in the hood, bro. But somebody was taking through me, they was like, yo, one of your babies get in the water and they start to drown. What you gonna do? And I'm like, damn, you're right. Let me get my old ass to go learn to swim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you, when you get stuff like that, it's like I gotta harden myself. I gotta do whatever I gotta do to make sure that, you know, I'm the first line of defense to protect these kids. You know what I'm saying? So I would say if you got kids, that's even more of an incentive. You better find that hour. I don't care, you know, kids sleep. You got to throw on the old school tie bow joints and get your do that shit. You know what I mean? But that's all I got on that. But before I get you up out of here, man, I got to talk to you, yo. I seen the post, yo. Who's winning the championship this year in the NBA, bro?
Who's winning the chip?
You winning the chip, bro.
Man, me, I'm a Paul George fan.
Oh Lord, what the hell wrong? Bro, you just
I wanna say the Clippers, but
they even got a bench over there, bro.
yeah, they're the deepest team in the league. Come on now.
I gotta look at the roster, bro. I don't think.
I really want to say the Clippers. I really want to say that, but every team that got so much better. I'm gonna say, man, Boston lost their coach. I don't trust the Nets with Ben Simmons right now. You got 1 year. Milwaukee, they health. I don't know who I really trust. Everybody's kind of like,
it's kind of open to this year.
Yeah, it's too open. This is probably the most open.
Denver come back healthy. You got Minnesota grabbed Go Bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, to me, it's even. Although I still think the West might hold a slight edge too, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm debating myself. I don't know who I would put the $5 on if I had the chance. I know it ain't gonna be the damn Lakers. They trash, bro. You know, it's even hard to be an NBA fan these days, man. I was saying the other day, I'm looking like, you know, I'm watching the Boston joint. Homie grab dude leg, they push a little bit, man. It's a 20-minute review because of a little shoving. I'm like, bro, what the, man? You go back look at the tape back in the 90s, Michael Jordan getting clothesline across the, even Allen Iverson, man, Allen Iverson probably would average 65, bro. So it just got so soft now, man. I'm like, man, it's hard to watch this shit, bro. Everybody shooting threes, 7'12" shooting threes, bro. It's like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with the Clippers, though. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. I say Kawhi have another first year in Toronto type of year. where they load manage him, they use him when they really need him. He get his rest. Come playoff time, he 100%. I say they do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
I'm gonna go dark horse, bro. I'm going Grizzlies, bro.
Grizzly, oof.
Going
That's a
Grizzlies,
bad
bro.
pick. That's a bad pick. And I like Ja, man, but I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready.
Bro, they did, bro. They got some. What's that little light skinned boy, the swole cat over there? They got them.
Bang.
Yeah, they got the center dude. He back. He healthy.
Yeah.
The big man. Yeah, I think they. Then they got. I think they can do it, bro. That's gonna be my pick. I put my Grizzlies up against the Clippers, bro. Whoever go farthest in the playoffs, bro. $20 bet, bro.
$20 bet.
$20 bet, bro.
20. Hey, say less. I'll bet that because the Grizzlies, you got the.
You said it confident. We might have put 100.
Warriors, you got
brother
Phoenix.
Bakari, you talking about the Bucks? The Bucks.
Yeah, he said the Bucks.
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
That's an old person. That's an old person prediction, bro. Giannis ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, Giannis. I think he done with championships. I ain't gonna lie. I say he done. He got his one and he done.
I think he done, bro. All right, let me get one more question for you because I'm thinking about restarting the hip hop website, the Hip Hop High Society, bro. What do you think of the current state of hip hop? Did you see that Vavio appearance the other day, bro? That shit was terrible. The King of New York.
Ooh, I don't think I did.
But what's your state as a young person right now in the midst of things? What do you think of the state of hip hop in general right now, bro?
I think hip hop, out of the people sound the same, and nobody's really mad about that. Everybody keep listening to their music, so nothing is really gonna change. And I listen to just about everybody that's like hot or at least decently hot. And certain people, I'm just like, man, they really making hellas in this industry, and I don't think they all that. And especially with the female hip hop, man.
Yeah, females.
I don't know what's going on over there.
And it's crazy
after Nicki left.
Yeah. But
Nicki left, man. It's been rough.
Yeah,
nobody. They ain't nobody. So
well, you ain't feeling Ice Spice, bro. You ain't feeling the munch shit.
No. And a lot of people like, man, it don't matter. She bad. I mean, she looked like just about any other chick that looked like that. It's like a replica, and they just put her out there. I mean, she doing her thing, but as far as the music, I don't see the talent there. I don't see the talent. I mean, if you got to twerk every single song you put out, you're not really trying to make money off your music. You're trying to make money off your body.
Big fab. But that's the new thing, bro. The stripper hop, bro. The stripper hop.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But shit, I've got to let you get up out of here. I don't like to keep nobody longer than an hour, but I'm gonna give you this last minute so you can plug your joint if you want to give your socials out, bro. You want to tell people subscribe to your pod. You want to give your number out to the ladies or whatever the hell you want to do at the end of the day, bro. I'm gonna give you last minute to do what you want to do. So go ahead, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you, D, having me, bro. Man, this was a great talk. Great talk. You had me again. I'd love to come on here anytime. I got to have you on mine too. Hey. Y'all want to follow me on Twitter? I'm at real.lathan. Instagram, prom.lathan. You can add me on there. My podcast, the True Reflection Podcast. I'm the host. You can find that link in my Twitter bio. And yeah, I'm gonna be out here, man. I'm gonna be out here for a little minute. Y'all gonna see me. Might see me on TV. You never know. I could be anywhere. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? There's no look out for me.
I like to see it. Hey, and like I said, man, to me, I think you next up, man. You intelligent brother. I would recognize that from the jump. I know you're gonna do big things, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you make it big, I'm gonna be like, yo, one of the first interviews, that boy was on my platform. You feel me? I had him on here. So I appreciate you coming through. blessing us with your presence. Make sure you shoot me your links too, so I can throw them in show notes afterwards. And I'm gonna plug myself a little bit too, man. Got supposed to be doing some new show with Rhonda. I know you know Rhonda Mary. Supposed to be doing a little collaboration with her that should supposed to be starting tomorrow. So look out for the details on that. I'm gonna talk to you later on, bro. I want to do something, like I said, I remember serious about bringing that hip hop joint back, bro. I need people to do interviews. I need people to contribute and things like that. I know you down with the music shit, so I'm gonna reach out to you, bro. If you down, you know, we can make something happen, man. Maybe we'll fucking sell it off like the Source, get a couple $1 million a piece. You know what I mean? I'll split bread with you. So on behalf of everybody here at the Harsh Reality Podcast, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Everybody in the comment section, Brother Bakari, Rob, Bobby Wright, brother, Pro Black's Perspective, Oni, all the people watching, you know. So until we see y'all next time, I gotta say on behalf of everybody, peace. Salute to the guests, bro. Talk to you soon.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.